and I'm not putting them on the screen, so they're just going to be online. So number one is clean and organize your workspace. So go through, I know, Bill, sorry. Get yourself prepared so that you're ready. You got it all cleaned up. Get all that paper that's been sitting there for 6 months or 6 years. Clean it all up. You'll feel fresh. You'll feel good. And when you step back into the office in January, you're like, I'm ready to go. Number two, review your websites and social media and be sure that they're up to date. Go onto your websites, click the links, make sure that they're going to where they say that they're going. Maybe you have old information on there. You're saying, that I did this in 2010. So go through and update all of those. Number three, review last year and determine what worked best. We talked about that earlier in the meeting. Just write that down. Take that time to look back and go, where did my business come from? Where's the best things that I want to focus on this year? So review last year, determine what do I need to quit doing? What do I need to stop paying money for? And what do I need to add or do more of? So, and then 4, have a clear vision for your next year. So write out your goals. Know exactly, this is how many listings, this is how many buyers, this is how much time I'm going to spend on lead generation. Write it out. Don't just think it in your mind. Write it out and put it into a plan. And we have the 135 and the 411 as tools to help you to do that. If you don't know what that is, then check back with me. Number 6, clean out your email box and get it to 0. So can you imagine that? This is mine. I'm like, holy cow, they just keep adding up. I got like 8,000 emails in there. I just need to go through and honestly probably take a day and just go through and get that all cleaned out. It weighs on you, to be quite honest with you, when you have all that in there, and it clogs up your space on your computer. It's taking up a ton of space. Number 7, decide if your voicemail needs a change. Listen to your voicemail. Does it sound good? Some people made their voicemail while they were driving down the road, and you call it, the wind's blowing, it sounds terrible. So check your voicemail. Maybe you need to update that. Some people say things on their voicemail that maybe isn't quite correct. So check your voicemail, make sure it's professional, and update that if you need to. Number 8, get an accountability partner. Get somebody you're going to say, look, this is what I'm going to do. Tell it to them and ask them to hold you accountable. I said that I'm going to get this many leads. I'm going to lead generate 2 hours. I'm going to be at this many meetings. Give them permission to hold you accountable. Number 9, prepare your growth plan. I didn't put this in here, but the growth plan is the idea of this. I'll send this out as well. 12 months, just put down 12 months, 12 boxes, January, February, all the way through December. And then in each box, you're going to say, in January, I'm going to study finances. In February, I'm going to read completely through the MREA. And then I'm going to family reunion. But you'll put those things in. Someone saying, yeah, you should read this great book. Yep, I put that in June. That's when I'm going to read that book in June, and I'm going to go to a seminar on marriage in February. Whatever, so pick those dates. And then, so that's a growth plan. And then last, get your calendar prepared and buy yourself a journal. Highly recommend this. What Sue was talking about, she got this big calendar that she puts on the wall, and we do this, Angela and I do this as well. That way you have it all there, one big visual for you. So plan your calendar, and I highly recommend get a journal that you can walk through, and as you're going through your year, you're writing these things down. It's amazing. So then what I would suggest as a bonus to that is review your journal from last year and look back on it. It's amazing how you start seeing things come together. Brandon said last year, he wrote it down and said, I want to be on the ALC next year. And the date that I asked him to be on the ALC, he received that letter back from Bold in the mail that he had told himself, I'm going to be on the ALC. When you write it down, it makes a big difference, and when you record it, it makes a massive difference for you. So